Hey guys, it's Aaron here behind the mic. Let's visit the breathtaking planet, the Lord of the Rings, Saturn. Spending a day on Saturn. As always, we have to travel by rocket. If we travel at the escape speed of Earth and towards Saturn, we can arrive at Saturn anywhere between 3.5 to 5 years. Again, that's a very, very long trip. You'd need enough food and water to last for that many years. Now imagine we are approaching Saturn, and if you are in the right place, you can see the amazing rings of Saturn close up and see what they are actually made of. And if you look closely, you can see that Saturn's rings include things like dust, rocks, and ice. They aren't actual rings around the planet. I hope you knew that they're not physical rings. They just look like rings when you're far away from them. But now the particles that make up Saturn's rings, they can be as small as a grain of sand, and some can be as big as buildings. These objects are orbiting Saturn all the time. There are so much of them, billions of pieces of rock and ice just orbiting the planet. It's not a good idea to force the rocket through the rings, obviously, so we'd have to travel above or below them towards Saturn itself. Now keep in mind guys, I have made a video on this already, that Saturn's rings are disappearing very, very quickly. Now they're going to be here as long as humans are on Earth. It's not going to disappear in a year or so or something like that. But go ahead and check that video out if you want more details about how the rings are actually going to vanish very soon. Once we approach the atmosphere, you'll notice that the color yellowish brown is starting to appear everywhere. Saturn's atmosphere is mostly made out of hydrogen and some helium, methane, ammonia, nitrogen, and a little oxygen, but mostly hydrogen. Nothing really new here, but just as an interesting note, helium is not really present in the atmosphere. Instead, the helium sinks down into the planet, making the planet itself have a lot of helium. As we get closer to the surface, the gravity will get more and more pronounced, and you'll actually feel yourself getting heavier and heavier. Saturn's gravity is an astounding 106% more than Earth's. That's it. So if you weigh 100 pounds on Earth, you'll weigh 106 pounds on Saturn. Well, that was anticlimactic. As you can see, you won't get much heavier. As we go through the atmosphere, you'll notice that Saturn actually has climates and weathers going on. It has gas clouds nearly everywhere, and actually has a hexagon-shaped cloud at the North Pole. Beautiful. You might want to be cautious of the weather because even though Saturn is a beautiful planet, its winds are certainly not. Its winds can go up to 1,800 kilometers per hour, or 1,100 miles per hour. And these wind speeds decrease as you go near the North Pole or the South Pole of the planet. Saturn, being a gaseous planet, means that we'd have to orbit the planet near the surface. If we go any deeper, well, long story short, we'll die. The deeper you go into the planet, the more dense the atmosphere becomes, and you'd start to get into major problems when you start to get surrounded by water ice and ammonium hydrosulfide ice, etc. The more dense the air gets, the harder it becomes for us to actually control the spacecraft we are in. So it's best we stay above the surface of Saturn. A day on Saturn is almost 11 Earth hours, so that's quite a fast day. That's good, considering we are in a dangerous place after all. So overall, was visiting Saturn worth it? Not really. It takes a long time to get there. It's not safe. The winds are too fast. You can't breathe. It's not even a solid planet. But it is a very, very beautiful planet. And you might want to ask yourself, is it worth spending so much money and time into visiting Saturn just for its looks? I don't know. You be the judge. And that concludes this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to get one of your limited edition Our Anatomy shirts. You can get one with Saturn on it. These are going to be gone on January 1st, so be sure to get one and be one of the rare people to have one of these Our Anatomy astronomy merches with you forever to keep. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope to see you in my next one. Take it easy.